Hello and welcome to Pro Trader Strategies Market Commentary for Monday, July the 11th. My name's Eric Wilkinson. Some of you may recognize me as the Wolfman from CNBC, Fox Business, or even the Wall Street Journal, where I've commented on everything from economic to geopolitical and market analysis. Please keep in mind that everything that we talk about in these videos is not a solicitation to buy or sell any of these securities or strategies. At the end of the day, we're here to teach you some different strategies that you can implement into your portfolios, but please do that in your own way. The reason why I can't give you a recommendation on a particular stock or strategy is because I don't know your risk parameters, I don't know what's in your portfolios, and therefore what I'm doing could be counterintuitive to what you are already doing. Having that out of the way, let's get this on. Not a whole lot of economic data today, but something along the lines of the non-farm payrolls from Friday. If you remember, I've been talking about the discouraged worker rate, which is basically workers that have not found a job and they decided to slide off of the unemployment numbers. And in doing that, it means they're no longer really looking for a job. They're just not working. They're not receiving unemployment. So they're discouraged workers. They're not in the workforce and they're not counted in on that unemployment number. That number on Friday, the payrolls number went up by 287,000, which was over 100,000 more than what they were expected of hires in the previous month. Now, but in that, the unemployment rate upticked to 4.9% from 4.8%. So, or for 4.7% the previous month, that was expected 4.8%. Came out at a higher 4.9%. That means that some of those discouraged workers are actually starting to come back into the fold and are starting to look for jobs and are now considered unemployed. All right, so that is something interesting to note. There must be some more information out, or some more advertisement as to new jobs, and people are coming off of that discouraged worker segment of the market. Anyway, the overall markets, as you can see, with that unemployment number coming out much higher, was definitely bullish for the overall equities and going to be bearish for, say, gold and things of that nature. In that time, though, we've had crude oil come off quite a bit right at the value area, as you can see at 45.23 right now. Onto gold, as I talked about this, that good economic data on Friday is going to be good for the gold bears, if you will, because it's starting to look like the traction may be happening in a sense. We'll have to look at the other economic data points that come out later to give us a better idea. The unemployment rate is a big headline number, but it doesn't really tell you everything. On to the bonds. As you can see, the bonds coming off a little bit today, down almost 10 ticks away from a point in the bonds. But if we look at the equities, as you can see here, Nasdaq /NQ very close to its high, up 36 points on the day, and just blasting, trying to get to that value area high. The E-mini S&Ps are already there. As you can see here, E-mini S&Ps have blasted through the value area high. I thought we would see a little bit more consolidation right around here, but we have gone up and tested this Fibonacci 100% retracement level from the February lows. Now this is anchored all the way back to April of 2015. That was the previous high, and so we are right there at that April 2015 high on the day right now. As you can see, we just came off of that E-mini S&Ps /ES. This is a breakdown 15-minute chart, up 12.5 points on the day, but as you can see, we've just come a couple of points off of that new high we just saw that happened when I started this video. On to Microsoft. A couple of things that I've done. I've taken off this Microsoft trade that I've had on for quite some time. Had one opportunity probably 15 days ago or so, probably right around in here. I think it was like might have been right around in here, and then we got that sell-off. But anyway, I had an opportunity to get out of it a little bit better earlier on, but I let it. I needed those long deltas when we were selling off, just to be more neutral in my overall portfolio, so I didn't take it off at that time. But anyway, I had on the July, bought the 50 calls and sold the 55 calls, so that was a long call spread. And I paid $1.47 for it. Got out of it this morning for $2.57. So that just looked like to me it could be losing a little bit of its steam. It's had a nice little rally there from being a pretty big loser, and decided to take that one off. Another one that I added to my portfolio today was GAP, and GPS is the ticker symbol. I did this because it really gapped up on pretty much, no pun intended, no news for the most part, and I needed to add some short deltas, so there's not a lot of things out there with high implied volatility percent. So this one was something that fit that bill, and no real earnings in the real near future. So I decided to go ahead and try and put that on. Went into the August, sold the 26 calls for 27 cents. Now I'm going to look to cover that relatively quickly. As you can see, we have high implied volatility, but the closer we get to this earnings date, it's going to increase that implied volatility ever so much. So I'm going to try and get out of this one rather quickly, to say the least. That's about all I got for you guys today. Go to ProTraderStrategies.com and sign up for the webinar. We do a webinar every Friday on a different option strategy, and I think a lot of people get a lot of good information out of that. Even if you know what your option strategies are, or you have a pretty good understanding of them, there's a lot of things in there that people are saying that they're getting a lot out of, other than just the particular option strategy, because I talk about different rules to implement around that, and how to get in and how to get out, when to defend it, and when to just pull the ripcord on it. So go to ProTraderStrategies.com, sign up for that. That's about all I got for you guys today, other than if you can't take that, take it easy.